Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel for OCD Recovery. Today I want to do another live video showing you on the whiteboard different habits. I know I talk about habits a lot, but let's go through some of the things I suggest on calls to people, whether it comes to their morning routine, and not the routine in the sense of I need to have this methodical, productive routine, just how to kind of start your day, what we see, nighttime for people, not eating out so much because most people don't need to eat out all the time. You can do whatever you want to do in your life, but this idea of, take Rob for an example. Rob doesn't cook any of his own meals, but he uses it actually for efficiency and productivity to go out there and work. Most people are not actually doing that. They're doing it because they have more lazier behavioral traits. They don't want to cook. They don't know how to cook. That's one example of many. It has to be nuanced. I can't give you every specific detail on the call, but I would say we are the masters of habits because in order to recover from severe OCD, you got to have some really good structure. Let's jump right into it. But before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below, message phil@ocdrecovery.com. Again, that is phil@ocdrecovery.com to learn more about our subscription services, what that entails, and access to all the webinars, which are so much fun. The webinars people love just from the community. Let's jump right into it. So, all right, let's see where I am. Okay, so the first thing about habits is this, in our opinion, is that almost everything you hear on habits tries to either give you an unrealistic time frame. I'm going to do a lot of abbreviations. So an unrealistic time frame. Give you an example. You hear stuff, people who watch adult websites for 20 years every day, and they, oh, my coach says I can be 21 days free of adult. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is ridiculous. Most people, I work with more porn addicts than probably most people on this planet because of my what I share. And of every 500 people that I work with who try to stop watching porn, almost 100% cannot get to day 30 on their first 10 to 25 tries. Think about that. So this is a ridiculous thing that people go, this unrealistic time frame. The other thing is you think you need like tricks, like tips, gimmicks. Here's one. Here's the ultimate gimmick with going to the gym. Well, put your clothes and your shoes at the end of your bed. Ridiculous. You either want to go to the gym or you don't. You're either willing to put the hard work in or you're not. And I'm looking at it right now, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. I love that book. Read it 3 times. Atomic Habits. But even though it's cool to understand the mechanics behind habits, none of those books make you change if you're not applying it. That's why I tell people, this is a really important thing. Knowledge does not equal power. The correct way to say this is knowledge can potentially equal power if you apply what you learn, and you don't need to learn as much as you think, over and over and over again through the mundane and the monotonous when people want to give up. But that's why people don't do this. So let's look at a few things. These are the ones I always recommend to people when they're starting their journey. Some sort of fitness, health, routine. Now, if you haven't been to the gym in a while, you're not going to be like me and go 5 days a week with weights, 2 days a week with cardio, and one being HIIT cardio, plus golfing, plus running, plus living at elevation. That's not going to happen. It took me 15 to 20 years to get to this type of consistency. So maybe you're starting with something as simple as like 2 to 3x a week. No, you don't have to go crazy. Be careful. You don't have to go into all the compulsive nature of looking up perfect plans. No, you don't. If you don't want to, you don't have to go vegan or vegetarian or carnivore, or all this stuff. You just have to, in our opinion, have some sort of a balance with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe something like minimal snacking. A lot of people struggle with snacking. Binge eating is a huge problem for humans. It's why we have such an obesity issue in this world. Not just because of the snacking, because of the portion sizes, etc., and lack of self-control. And I've been there because I was really, really overweight for a long time. Only 5'7", so it's 175 centimeters. And I was like 101 kilos, 220 plus pounds, whatever that is in stones, divided by 13.3. I was a fat motherfucker. So, and that was all my fault. I was overweight. Fat equals my fault. Not my parents, not the world's, not everything. Sure, certain people's genetics affect them more, but I was overeating and I couldn't control myself. So starting with some balance here is a good one. Here's another one, which is just a good habit to have. Reading. Okay? I read a lot of books. Here's one of my bookshelves. I didn't read a single book until I was 27 years old, so about 10 years ago. And I've read probably about 200 to 250 books now. I'm at a place now where I'm reading about a book and a half a month, something like that, depending. I just love reading. I like the habit of reading. You don't have to enjoy reading. Most things in life that produce good results don't always have to be enjoyable. If you're only doing things that you enjoy, you're more than likely going to be a slave to your emotions. That doesn't mean don't do things that you enjoy, because I love doing things I enjoy. It's why I go to Ultra and let loose and act like a degenerate from Jersey with my Newport cigarettes. But you got to be able to have some sort of moving target. And like I always say, balance is not 50%. It's not in the middle. It's 32 to 64%. It's a moving target. It goes back and forth. So some sort of reading is a good one. Okay? I would say another one for people to work at is having tough combos. You hear people say, don't, do hard things or tough combos. However, that is semantics. But the reality is you want to learn to have tough combos, and you want to learn to increase your communication skills. Okay? This is going to look different for every person. Some people will have to do more shame attacks. Some people will have to put themselves in situations where they feel embarrassment. Joining something like Toastmasters, where you have to actually stress your communication skills. Those things, this is an invaluable skill. It's dying skill for sure. And you could put this in here as well, because this one is really dying, is manners. You know how many people I hold the door open for at the gym every morning just to see what happens? I have people that won't even look up from their phones. They just go like this. No, thank you. I would say if I hold the door open 100 days in a row, less than 5 people say thank you. It's actually really sad. So manners are going in. And by the way, one thing by itself, you could have really good health fitness, you could have really good reading, and you could have not the best manners, and it's not the end of the world, but it's when you string multiple bad habits together, this is when it becomes a problem. Okay? I'd say another one, just like when it comes to mornings, this is a big one for people. So mornings equal snoozing. You don't see people who are actually successful in life who are snoozing a lot. You do not. We don't have to talk about the studies and the research here, but they've done massive studies on people who own businesses. Most of them are getting out of the bed and doing some sort of working out right in the morning. It's like 80 to 85% of these people that you look up to. Forget the ones that are on YouTube. There are many CEOs and CFOs and high executives that no one even knows of. They're not snoozing, the majority of them. Doesn't mean you can never snooze. I mean, I would say that 365 days a year, I would say I snooze less than 5 days a year. That's a personal choice. It just works really well. So getting up in the morning, and also not getting up 5 minutes before working from home. These are all stringing together to bring lower and lower and lower and lower and lower frustration tolerance. And again, that's a really big problem. Kind of bring it over here a little bit. We'll go to another side so we can continue the song. Cat, she's a different color. What's another good habit? Here's another one, okay? Muzzle your fucking mouth. When it comes to anger, okay? I really struggle with this myself, okay? This is a really, really big one. That doesn't mean you can never say anything. It doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourselves in an assertive way. Most people are either avoidant or they're too aggressive, and there's no assertiveness at all. So if you want to, this is an important thing. If you die on every molehill, you will probably be miserable. If you're fighting with your partner over every single thing, if you're fighting with coworkers, you're not going to be fun to work with. If you own a business, you're not going to have employees for too long because you're going to be too micromanaging and too hard to deal with. If you work for a company and you're causing too many problems because you're just arguing about every single thing and you're not learning to muzzle your mouth, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. You can't, this is a very important point. This idea of always needing to be your authentic self is destroying communication skills. You can't just do what you want all the time. You hear people, I want to go into business for myself because I want to do what I want. No, you're doing what your clients and customers and patients need from you. It's not what you think. You got to be careful with all this stuff, this social media nonsense about like, be your own solopreneur and like, it's so much better. Not always. There's a lot of cons with that. So you got to be realistic about that. I would say another good habit to work on that is, this goes into this as well. You can kind of link these together, but it's not just for anger, but just the skill of delay. I really, really, really had to work on that. And the reason why I had to work on that is I would have like, you know, I'd have a trigger. Okay. B, 0 to 100. You could say 0 to 1,000. We all know how that goes. And then C, this is the mistake. I would like act, ASAP, you know, yell, compulsion, avoidance, etc. So I had to get in between this, the Viktor Frankl quote, which is a great quote from Man's Search for Meaning, and between stimulus and response there is a place for you to choose your reaction, and that is a skill. It really is a skill. So I had to learn to build that skill. And by the way, we're not looking for perfection here. You're going to mess things like this up in your life. Even with where I am today, I don't always do this. You know, I would say, let's say I'm 95.5, so I'm a lot better. I don't always have great delay, but I have good delay the majority of the time. The snoozing one I'm really good at. I read most days of the week. I have very balanced health and fitness. But you got to also enjoy things. Like, you got to be, this is the other thing too. I mean, look, this comes to all habits. The absolutes. The absolutes are becoming a big problem in society. You know, don't even drink a coffee, bro. Invest all your money, dude. Crypto. No, girl, you can't do that. You can't eat that. That's not good for your facial routine. Did you get that new mask from Costco? Oh my God, girlfriend, demure, cutesy. Yeah, okay, your life fucking sucks. So you have to be realistic about this. I'm not saying you can't do these things. I mean, I like to take care of myself. There's nothing, we like to joke around here. There's nothing wrong with the face mask from Costco. Like, I get it. You want to take care of yourself and look good. I get it. You know, it's when you take it too far, right? It's when it's brought too far. When it's brought too far, it's a problem. Nothing wrong with longevity stuff per se. Nothing wrong with, you know, putting your foot down a little bit too much. There's nothing inherently wrong with these things. But when it's taken way too far, and when you don't have any balance with it, and when you're like, I can never grow old, right? It's like the Lost Boys. I just got done watching Hook the other day. I love that movie, with 1991, Robin Williams. It's just amazing. I can never this and no, and you have to have $1 million by the time you're 40, dude. Cash, bro. It's like, you're really missing out on a lot of elements of your life because there's that rigidity in so many things you do. And once you become really rigid with like your health routine, okay, or fitness, your finances, like longevity and like skincare or hair and all those things, once you start to become very rigid on multiple different things, it's very, very, very difficult for that to not spread to other areas of your life. So really think about this. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. If you like more live teaching videos like this, I enjoy doing it. You guys might like it. I like to go back and forth between like where I actually write them out or they're already written, like the standard whiteboard videos. Let me know. There's nothing wrong with it. If this doesn't work well for you, I'll make more of the other ones or vice versa. You know, you got to kind of compromise in that way. This is why you got to be careful with the authentic self, because people, they're always like, oh, I have to be authentic. Don't understand, like, this really messes up a lot of your habits in life because it doesn't let you work on compromise. Life isn't always supposed to go your way. So Philadosrecovery.com. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. You know I love when people comment. The more comments, the better. I try to go through every single one. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day. I forgot. I blame Daisy. She just totally messed me up here. Look at that, boo-boo. You messing up my maid bed? Look at her. She's getting old. Good cases. People that don't let their dogs lick their face, I can't trust you. Enjoy the rest of your day.